This is your conductor. It's time to get aboard the Angel Train! Whoop whoop! Whoop whoop! Boop boop! Pulling out of this station called Earth. Right now, who's gonna get on the Angel Train? Woo! Woo woo! Morning, y'all! It's Mama Bear. Boot, boot, boot. Peace. What is up with y'all? Good morning, everybody. Y'all don't even know. I got so many messages. I posted that all aboard. That's what I'm saying. Whoop whoop. I got so many messages last night, or after I posted that thing that is going to be angel readings today. People, aw, I can't wait either. Gypsy Nana, I can't wait either. Mama Bear, the conductor. Girl, I'm not conducting Nan. I'm gonna sit in a club car and sip martinis while we go anywhere where angels go. But y'all, for real, I got so many. Oh, thank you, Julie. I do it all for you, baby. I people are like, why are you doing angel readings? That's not your wheelhouse. I'm like, what? Why aren't angels everybody's wheelhouse? So, and then dig this, y'all. I'm gonna do angel readings without angel cards. I totally forgot. I gave my angel cards. I have like 12 decks of them, 13 decks, something like that. And when a certain celebrity angel person decided to go be a completely different thing because there's more money in it, and eschewed all things metaphysical and angels, I was like, yeah, I'm out, and I gave them all away. But I know, Pearl, why not? Because here's the thing. Oh my God! Good morning, Cheryl Ryder. Good morning. It is cold and clear in Albuquerque. I bet it is cold in Albuquerque. Although you are the brightest star in Albuquerque, Cheryl Ryder, let me just say, you are the brightest star in Albuquerque, for real. So what I did was I pulled up a list of the archangels, because not at one time I was very heavily into angels. I'm always very much into angels. And if you were here at the, oh, good to see you, Cheryl. If, I know, Mary Murph, oh, for goodness sake, people. I know, really, people, the world's too people-y. And please don't yell at me, y'all, about this big old styrofoam cup, but a girl had to have iced tea. And I just really want to say thank you to Teapot. She keeps me straight. She keeps us all straight. Again, a good friend and just the best moderator ever. So don't try to steal her for your moderating. She's not going anywhere. Right, Teapot? And Amy, thank you. Amy went chugging to Sonic. Supersonic. Boom, 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 boom. Supersonic. And that's it. I'm just going to be a country girl and drink out of the styrofoam and then pray for the planet. So all of that said, here's how today's going to work. I actually do, I believe, too funny, even drinking iced tea too. Girl, that's all that keeps me propped up, Teapot, is the iced tea. So Alaska, Jason, how did I miss you're in Alaska? Party at Jason's house. And I have a friend on Facebook that has a store in Alaska, and she's just a doll baby. And so honest to goodness, when I can travel, when all the you know what that starts with a C and ends with a D, go, whatever's going to happen, I'm carrying my behind to Alaska, and I am hanging out with my friend because she's got friends who do private tours, like for whale watching and bear finding and eagles and all that kind of stuff. We'll make it a trip. Well, and then we'll visit you, Jason. We'll be party up in Jason's house. That's awesome. Okay, so here's the story. So here's why I was called to do angel readings. If you were here for the live on Monday, you were privy to all the crazy angel synchronicities, not just in my life, because it's not about me, it's about all of us, right? And oh my goodness, I've had so many friends and clients in the last couple of weeks be all like, do you know anything about angels? Does this mean anything to you? And I'm like, well, as a matter of fact, I do, because earlier in my life, if you guys, some of you will remember this video and some of you won't. Oh, sorry, and if Dawn's on here, sorry, Dawn. Let me tell you what Dawn would tell you. Please hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. But really, if you guys will do that, it's very helpful to Google, the algorithms of Google, which owns YouTube, thinking that anything that I have to say or offer on this channel is worth a poo. And I really need I really need Google and YouTube to think I'm worth a poo. So if you would please like the video, and also I should have Frank Palmer as a guest on my show. It's funny you mentioned that too. Oh, here we go. Okay. All right. So it looks like today I'm going to be doing mediumship also, because I just lit up from the inside out. And here's the first, holy cow. All right, here's the first medium message of the day. Somebody in their family was someone who passed over, was a freak of nature for Christmas. And I'm being shown that literally you just thought of them this morning, maybe last night, but this morning you thought of them, and they had a thing for Christmas. And the other thing is, you know that joke about the 12 whatevers of Christmas, and it's like, you know, the electricity, the whatever. There's a story there about the electricity in their house or somewhere, and too many Christmas lights, or they blew a breaker or something, and it's a really, really cute, funny story. So whoever this is out there that's listening, I'm going to keep repeating this until I see you claim it in the chat. This spirit is for you. Again, let me just say, what I'm seeing is tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of Christmas lights. Blue in particular. I feel like this person's favorite color might have been blue also. And there's a funny story about this person blowing out her, not her, but somebody, I don't know if it's a male or a female yet, blowing out the electricity because they couldn't help themselves with the Christmas lights. Like, yeah. So, but this is somebody who's passed, and you thought of them this morning. You thought of them this morning. Okay. Christmas has been the topic this morning, has it, Amy? What conversation am I missing? Her favorite color is blue. Angel Heart. What is this with you and me all of a sudden, Angel? Y'all, I'm doing angel readings, and Angel Heart is claiming this. Thank you, good night. Don't forget to tip your waiters and wait staff on the way out the door. Okay, Angel Heart, what is the story? What is the story about, okay, Angel Heart, I need you to confirm this. Okay, yes, that's fine, the favorite color is blue, but what I need you to confirm is that Christmas was a thing, and that you literally thought of this person this morning before the live, and that this is the big identifier. Oh my Lord in heaven. I don't have any paper towels. Amy, come from your house and bring me paper towels. No, I'm kidding, Amy, don't do it. And then Lisa writes, Amy, do you need to check on Miss B? No, this is just how I feel. This is just how it heats up when mediumship starts. But the big identifier there, Angel Heart, is that there was a thing that happened with the electricity. There's a story around the electricity because of so many Christmas lights, so too much drain on the electricity, that kind of thing. Okay, a hot mess. That's hilarious. Okay, well, okay, so it would be your great-grandmother. No, it would be your grandmother because it was your dad's mom. Okay, got it. And it could also be your mom. Okay. All right, well, here's the story. Let me just say, this is the strangest thing. Truly strange. But there we go. Okay, Angel. I love my job. I love you all. I'm fixing to burst into tears. I am so grateful that you all are getting to witness this live, in person, to see the magic, the synchronicities. This is how angels work in our lives. This is how the angels that are our relatives, our ancestors, our friends, or whoever passed over work in our lives. This is how spirit animals work in our lives. I burst into flames. Someone's person who crosses, and we're doing angel readings today for those of you just joining us. Well, good. Have a good cry. Boo-hoo your eyes out. Get it all out, sister. I'm not going to tell you to stop crying. Cry me a river, for real. Not in a negative way, but I'm serious because, okay, there you go. Aw. Aw. Well, listen. If it's grandma, it's grandma, right? Remember, I always say, y'all, that these readings are for everybody. Meaning, it might be what's delivered might be directly for that person at that moment, but that doesn't mean that you're not going to get a message from it too. So that's why I always encourage people to write things or to tune in, because magical things like this, you just never know when they're going to happen, which is why I love my job so much, why I'm so grateful for my job. I'm grateful for y'all. And I want to do everything that I ever can to help other people do this work if that's what they want to do. Although you can do this, you could be like a stenographer, if there's even such a thing anymore. You could be a clerk anywhere. You could be retired. You could be doing whatever and still do this work. You don't have to do it like officially like I do it, right? So you guys know what I'm saying. Okay. So here's the thing. So for those of you just joining us, I'm not laughing at you, Angel Heart. I'm not laughing at you at all. I'm just laughing at the whole synchronicity thing. So if you're just joining us, here's what's gone on. I burst into flames. I'm like, oh Lordy, here's somebody. That person's showing me Christmas. Their favorite color is blue. Tons and tons and tons of Christmas lights, Christmas things. And there's a funny story that they would blow out the electricity in their house because of all the Christmas lights and whatnot. And today I'm doing angel readings. And who claims this? Angel Heart. Her grandmother who passed fits the whole criteria. And so it's, listen, that's why I'm an evidential psychic medium, shamanic, angel, animal communicator, just whatever. Give it a name if you gotta. I'm one of those people. And this is exactly why. Aw, and they had to have thought of her this morning, which Angel Heart did. Well, no wonder she came. Aw, Angel. Docs are recommending hospice care for my dad. Angel, would it be okay if everybody sends you like love and sends your family love, just straight out love, y'all. Love always knows what to do. You don't have to give it directions, you don't have to tell it, you don't have to give it the memo. Just however much love you can throw out there. Okay. Mary. Mary Margaret Spooner, I am really sorry your whole family is experiencing this. I will tell you though, the stats show that suicide attempts and suicide are up, and there are so many reasons for that. So many reasons. I just don't do that kind of. I don't talk about that stuff on my channel. It's not that I don't know it and look into it and study it. I just don't. I don't know. So okay. So for everybody, listen, for everybody out there that's struggling, has a loved one struggling, it's no wonder the angels wanted to come through. So, she would get the big. My mom would do that, Angel. But we lived in a trailer when I was growing up. Actually, we lived in two dilapidated trailers with an even more dilapidated extension between us. So we lived in a triple wide because we was high stepping. And my mom she'd do it every time. She knew how tall that ceiling was. She didn't care. My mother saved all year long to be able to buy us a Christmas tree. All year long, y'all. That's how long it took us to be able to afford a Christmas tree. And so she would buy the biggest one, the roundest, the fullest one she could find, and she would saw the top. She would saw the top of it, so it would fit in the trailer. Georgie is going into the next room. See, y'all are giving Georgie courage. He's trying to explore out there. He's deathly afraid of going out there. Okay, all right. So we've already gotten readings started already. Mary Margaret Spooner, may I pull you an animal to help you get through this time, to let you know what you need, not what you need, but what could be supportive of you at this time? That is double Dutch tough stuff. Double Dutch tough stuff. I'm assuming you're going to give me permission. Hey, Tracy Liberty. Triple wide, high stepping, you know it, Jennifer Hutton. We was moving on up to the east side. All right, listen, angels, spirit animals, totem animals, power animals. Let's get with the program. Get to stepping. So here's what I'm doing. I can't see the cards. That's why I look away when I do this. And I'm feeling two. So I'm sorry, I got really quiet. I was trying to see what kangaroo. Here's what I'm doing today, y'all. I've got a list of the archangels. I couldn't make a list of all angels. I'd have been there all day doing it. And I blabbed about doing angel readings before I remembered. Dope. I gave a ray. I gave a ray. I gave a ray. Reggie. I gave away every angel deck I had. That does not mean that you can't do angel readings. It doesn't mean you can't do any kind of reading. You just got to know the subject matter, and I do. Inside and out. Hey, Georgie, are you proud of yourself? I'm proud of you. So I made a list of the archangels and their divine powers. And what I'm doing is I'm matching the animals that are pulled for you all with the angel. Now, that is not necessarily going to be the angel based on their divine power. It's going to be the angel that spirit tells me will match that angel at that moment. And that will be for you to know. Kind of what you guys just watched all unfold with Angel Heart. And if I may, Emily Ackerman, and be proud of it, girl. You're in a double wide. Be proud of it. I would encourage you that I'm assuming if you're on my channel, you're open to a reading. And I would encourage you that the recommendations that are being made to you, let me tell you the exact words that are being told to me. Everything will be safer and less traumatizing for everyone if you get with the doctor's orders. You won't like it at all. And you will vacillate about, are you doing the right thing or you're not, it is the right moment. They are giving you really accurate information. As sorry that is, as I'm sorry, I know that's hard to hear, but I'm telling you it will be safer for everybody. Jennifer, and be proud of it. And you're single wide. Excellent. You know what? I think I'm going to buy some acreage in the woods somewhere and put up trailers just so everybody can come party at my trailers. Okay, so when I take a look at kangaroo, and I take a look at this for you, Mary Margaret Spooner, in your situation at the moment, and I ask what quantum leaps have to do with that, because that's really what kangaroo is. I keep being drawn to Archangel Gabriel, who's considered the great messenger. And when I take a look at the quantum leaps, I feel I don't think I've ever run except for maybe 8 or 9 times in my life. I'm not a runner, to say the least. But I took many years of dance into the decades. I mean, decades worth of dance of all kinds. And so I know what it feels like when your muscles have that feeling after you've worked out or you've danced or you're whatever. There's a fullness to them is the only really way I can describe it. It's not pain. It's not. It's a fullness. I feel that going on in your head, Mary Margaret. And of course, anybody that would be going through what you're going through is going to have all kinds of things going on in their head. But what I'm hearing is that the downloads that you're going to get, the information that you're going to get from the universe, your guides, angels, that's what the quantum leaps are going to be. There's going to be something about this situation that's going to allow you to see your way into making quantum leaps. And not that you can't be worried about the rest, it's not about that. It's that based on your quantum leaps, so much in your sphere is going to make that leap with you. Okay, the other card that came out for you, Mary Margaret, is the Justice card inverted, which is the Elephant card. I don't know you, Mary Margaret. I don't know you at all. I mean, I know you from coming here, but wow. Wow, oh wow, oh wow. Okay, you guys know it's hard for me to keep up with the chat, right? So here was the message, Mary Margaret. I was asking for the exact words in my head. The exact words are, for this next message, you can't mother this situation. You cannot be the matriarch of this situation. You have got to allow others to take the role of comfort, healing, cocooning. You've got to leave that to others. You've got to. And I turn around and on the chat, you've written, I'm a stay-at-home mom. They recommend inpatient care, which he is now getting. I'm so grateful. It's just so hard without him. Okay, so here's what I'm going to say to you. I would ask you to ask yourself, what is so hard without him, Mary Margaret? What is so hard? And I would ask, oh, Georgie, stay away from a tea. I would ask you that if you have the Ark or any angel deck, to pull yourself some cards that will give you clarity on why it's so hard without him. And I think you'll be very surprised at what you might find. Very surprised at what you might find. And so, let me also say, and then I'll move on, I'm not reading your husband. I don't read people that don't give me permission to read them. To me, it's unethical. It's like peeking in somebody's window, and I'm not a peeping Tom. I'm not even a peeping Bernadette. I am feeling like your husband was dealt, or has been dealt through his lifetime, some pretty unfair, he's been dealt some pretty unfair hands, for sure. And part of that really is really part of his pain, is he just can't get past the injustice. Mary Margaret Spooner, can you confirm that so that I can move on with the second part of this message that I'm getting for you, which will help him? Mary Margaret Spooner, can you confirm that he has been dealt some no-joke injustices? Right. Okay. He had a very hard upbringing. Okay. But I mean, like, stuff that was against the law, that no one, that people perpetuated on him, that they never had to pay for. Like, these people never had to pay for their crimes, if that makes sense. Not just, we had a tough parent or an unfair parent, but we're talking about maybe like some serious abuse for which that person or those people would have ended up in the pokey, in jail, in the big house. Mary Margaret, can you confirm that? So why I'm getting quiet is when I work with angels, it's a very different electrical current than when I work with the animals. And then I'm trying to marry the two, electric streams together, because it really is all about electricity. There's nothing boogity boogity about it. Good. Okay, I don't see you responding, Mary Margaret, and I'm going to have to move on, but so let me just say, Mary Margaret, I don't let me just say yes. Okay, great. All right, thank you. Not great. Not great like it happened. I don't mean it like that. What thank you for the confirmation. So here is the message. That that really is the deeper part of what is going on with him. I'm not a medical professional. I'm not diagnosing him. All I'm telling you is where he's at for the inpatient care may not end up knowing the same things that you know. He may not tell them, he may not express it, but you know. And so without being the matriarch, without being the elephant, it would be really helpful to turn this card around for him so that he can come to grips with justice was never served. Because in his mind, justice was not served. And maybe it wasn't in the ways that he would think justice to be the right way to serve justice. But he over the next 5 years, he's going to watch things unfold with those factions that did him an injustice that will actually make him feel sorry for those people, because he's going to watch things unfold that are so awful. Let me give you a case in point. My father's mother was a travesty among human beings. A travesty. A travesty. But what she died of, and how it happened, and how it was prolonged, and the pain. Oh my goodness. Now, I wasn't there to witness it. I heard about it many years after she passed. She wreaked so much havoc on this world and the people around her, everyone, every single human being she ever came in contact with. I swear the only things on this earth she was nice to were her little dogs, whatever they were, little fluffy, vapid. My God, I never saw a human being be so nice. And she really was like that to them. But she was a travesty among humans. But what she passed of, let me tell you, that was justice right there. That was the scales of justice being balanced, no joke. In my younger years, before I, really knew anything about metaphysics, I had a margarita and said, couldn't happen to a nicer gal. Sip. And back to my merry business. I don't say that now. I don't feel sorry for her, but I don't say that now because I see it for what it is and what it was. I see this little ant crawling all over me. I don't even have it in me to kill ants. So I hope that's helpful. I am going to move on, and I really hope that was helpful. So don't be surprised, Mary Margaret, if you see Gabrielle everywhere, and when you start to feel really thick in your head, like full, just see if you can't, take some deep breaths. I'm being told you're very color stimulated. You're very stimulated by color. And so, just focus on your favorite color. That will help you clear out some of the fullness, and you'll be able to receive those downloads from 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 Gabrielle. And don't be surprised if you see, all of a sudden you see a kid named Gabby, or someone might even turn around and tell you, because I had this happen once when I had my angel cards. I kept harping to this client about Angel Gabrielle, and they were like, no, 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 no. So the client calls me at the end of the week and went, okay, I just have to ask this question. I'm like, okay. You know how you had kept on me about Archangel Gabriel? Yes. Okay. Well, could Archangel Gabriel be appearing to me via this way? And she said, I must have had 20, no joke, 20 people this week tell me I had the gift of gab. I was like, bingo! Yes, that's how it works. So don't be surprised, Mary Margaret, if any of that starts to happen to you, right? Okay. All right. So for all of you new people, welcome to the channel. Thank you so much. Here's how it works on Mama Bear's channel. Today we are talking about angels and whether it's psychically. We've already had mediumship happen this morning. We've already had mediumship happen this morning. Who the heck knows what else is going to show up today? But what I'm doing, since I pledged to do angel readings, and I gave away all my dang angel cards and forgot about it. Yeah, Don, there is. There are a couple of really great sites about color psychology. Anyway, let me go back. Sorry, I was already getting in the zone. Whether it's psychic or I pull a card and marry it to an angel, an archangel, which I have a list of sitting in front of me, and their superpowers. We're going to work with angelic energy this morning. Sorry, y'all. I'm drifting off into space because, and that, you're very welcome. You're very welcome, Mary Margaret. So all I can say about that is when I drift off like that is because I'm already starting to receive messages. And let me just say, I don't know why she swallowed a fly. I don't mean the next, perhaps she'll die. I don't really mean that about her. But Nikki, I don't think you were on yet early this morning, but the reason I gave away all my angel cards is the person in question, when they decided to decamp to a market that makes more money, because that market makes bank. I didn't really so much care about that, but little known fact, she had an animal sanctuary that she supported, and when she decamped, how she just went, I'm done. And how those animals were dispersed is deplorable. And I mean deplorable. And that's when I said, Dunzola. That was that. That was that. But I was going to comment and pull a card for the person in question, and it came up the fly. The 5 of Swords. Okay, there you go. It is disgusting, Jason. Yeah, I know you didn't. A lot of people don't know that. Little known fact about Mama Bear. I know a lot of people. I'm not saying I know people like that. I'm just saying I know a lot of people. And Mama Bear checks out her sources before she says anything. You're welcome, Tracy Ann. Okay. All right, so here's how it's going to happen this morning. Actually, I'm going to set a new rule. For those of you that want to ask your question 45 times, 10 times in a chat, I'll never answer your question. I'm just not going to do that. I won't. I'm going to take them in the order that I'm called to them, because it's not about me. It's about spirit. It's about the community. And I trust the animals. I trust the angels. I trust the tarot archetypes. I trust everything to tell me who should get what reading at what time. And somebody out, please don't do that, Georgie. Honey, please don't do that. Please do not jump on Mama Bear's computer. You'll topple the whole thing and then it'll be over. Okay, so what's gotten into him this morning? So, I see you, even if I don't see you the first time, it's okay. A second time, way, way farther down the chat. But when you when you insistently do that, I don't play those games. So don't do it, please. Control yourself. Okay. There are so many YouTubers that would be like, I cannot believe you say that to people. Manners matter. Okay. So, all that being said, Pearl, I see your question. I'd already pulled unicorn. I'm going to say Archangel Azrael. And the reason that I say that is that's the benevolent, according, let me just tell you what was written, which is true. It kind of encapsulates this angel all in one fell swoop. The benevolent transformer of mental and emotional anxieties. And the reason I marry that with unicorn is um, there is something going on with white animals lately, and it started with somebody a few weeks ago. I didn't know dragon was their thing, and I saw this white dragon with gold claws and gold tips on the wings and gold tips on the scales. I mean, like this thing, like it was a Yadro piece, or just the finest bone china with the real, like 18 karat gold in it or whatever. But this dragon was like a dragon. And so that's continued in the white. Here's what I'm finding. I just gave a reading last night or yesterday afternoon, and this person asked me. She's going to have Catherine Skaggs. If you guys don't know Catherine Skaggs, CatherineSkaggs.com. Amazing artist, amazing. She's who did my crazy beautiful drum that's back there. She does these. She paints on these rattles, and they're enormous. Do I have mine right there? Yeah, hold on. I'll get mine. I'll show you, because there's a story in this. So Catherine gets her rattles truly from Peru. They're enormous. I mean, I got a big old pumpkin head, but look how big they are. I mean, they're just huge. And my hands, I wouldn't say my hands are long, but they're pretty wide. Anyway, and you can get bigger ones. Catherine gifted me this one, but because she's sweet and I love her and she's my soul sister. But I kept seeing white animals. And so I asked this person, I was like, do you have a thing for Pegasus or unicorn? She was like, oh my gosh. And I didn't know. So I was like, well, I know that you have a thing for doves. And what's the other animal you have a thing for? And she said dragons. And so I was like, and at first I saw blue, and I was like, no, I'm being told you're supposed to get 3 white animals. And I said, oh, you've got a thing for gold. She goes, oh my God, I do. And we started talking about all that. So she's going to ask Catherine to paint those 3 animals on her, or some, maybe just their heads or something, on her rattle, and then tip them in some way with gold, like a reflective or shiny kind of gold. And it was really just another example that I've had this past few weeks of what I'm watching is the people that are working with real change. The people who are true seers and true healers and true readers, not people that are doing this because they're special and I have these gifts, look at me, or just plain old shysters, or people that talk a lot of smack about how they don't want this in their life and they don't want to be this way, but they never ever do anything to change. They're very committed to their story. The white animals are showing up for them, and it's separating the wheat from the chaff. And if you don't know what that means, basically it's the real and the unreal. Wheat from the chaff means valuable, not valuable. And I don't mean that one person is valuable over another person. I don't mean that. but it is a telling separation. So something's going to happen for your husband. What anyway, Pearl? Where I'm going with all this is unicorn, um, uh, Azrael, and I really think that's going to hold him in good stead. And I will tell you why. You're going to hear something like, I don't really know what your husband thinks of all this boogity boogity woo woo stuff. I don't know, but it is you're going to see a shift in him after whatever this appointment is. He's going to become more of a believer. I don't know. I don't even know. It's craziness. Okay, there we go. I hope that's helpful, Pearl. All right, going back to, I know, special Lisa, blah, blah, blah. Right, exactly. Ooh, a white robin with gold. That would be cool, Jason Bear. Hey, Jason Bear. I don't recognize your name before. I would have remembered the bear. Good morning. Welcome to my channel. I should say our channel. Okay. Hey, Beverly Gomez Adams. It's the eye of the tiger. Beep, 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 beep. Miss B, I keep drawing white peacock and Pegasus. Nikki Anderson, how many times do I have to tell you this? What is the white peacock, girl? It's the Nine of Pentacles. In my deck. It's the independent businesswoman. It's the successful independent businesswoman. And Pegasus. Come on now. Hello, Celestial Druid. Oh, I'm so welcome. I don't recognize your name either. Welcome. That is a cool, cool channel name. You're very welcome. Little C, big C. I'm not answering that question. Here's what I will answer that question. Really? I'm answering your question, little C, big C. Okay. Manners. Gail, I'm so angry at an injustice currently and I'm having trouble letting it go. What do I need to work with to let it go? Okay, Gail. Gail Wyant, I hope you're still here. Okay, right now I'm looking at this list I have. I don't know that I've ever heard of this angel before. Strangely, really strangely, because I had an occurrence earlier in my life that, thank goodness, I had documentation on. I don't even know what I did with that computer hard drive. I don't even know, but it's gone to me now. So I can't prove it now, or once upon a time I could because I had a picture of it. But I have had an encounter twice in my life, only twice, that I can say was a for real, no joke angel. And like today, you guys saw the proof of how this works, right? The magic, the synchronicities, the messages from the other side, the messages all around us, the messages inside of ourselves. So the proof is there. But I did really, I'm telling you, I won't go into the story now. It's a little bit long, but I had the proof, and I dove deep into angels. And then a couple of years ago, when I was in Sedona, I had an Aura Soma reading. I'd never had one before, and I again, a long story. I won't go into it all, but I pulled the bottle for Archangel Jophiel. And I am convinced that I am somehow connected to Archangel Jophiel. Look her up. I think I talked about this on Monday. But I don't recognize this name, so if I'm mispronouncing it, I apologize to the angels and to y'all. Barachiel, Barachiel, Archangel Barachiel. Anyway, Gail, It's the divine facilitator of miraculous occurrences. And why I'm being shown that is because I'm also being shown the raven. I didn't pull it from the deck, but immediately when I looked at that list, I saw, for those of you just joining, if you don't know, Bernadette has visions. Get used to it. It's real. And I'm not crazy. Not for that anyway. Other reasons. Oh, yes. As a loon. But not for that reason. And so this is not meant to sound petty. It's not. But what I'm being told, Gail, is truly the only way you're going to be able to let it go is if you know for sure that the other faction, the whatever has caused this injustice, that justice is served. And through a miraculous way, you're going to discover the miracle that occurs, that the karmic smackdown for the injustices is going to be epic. And the unspiritual part of me wants to go, excellent, right? The spiritual part of me goes, dems to breaks, which is also really not very spiritual, but you get what I'm saying. So Gail, I would tell you that working with Raven, which is the magician in my deck, the Arc, which is what I read from. If you're new to the channel, this is my deck, the Arc Animal Tarot and Oracle deck, and it is based on the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot system. Yeah, that's it. So I hope that's helpful. Okay, moving on. All right. Oh, good, plenty of time. Aw. Oh, Nicola. I think you're new too. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, I'm telling you, like, yeah, you said a white butterfly in so many places. That's it. I'm telling you guys, if you're seeing a white squirrel, what? Valerie, that's crazy. Yeah, you guys, I'm telling you all. I know, Natalie, it is a beautiful rattle, isn't it? It's crazy beautiful. So many white animals are appearing for people in the strangest places, by the way. And that's how you know. Also, Jennifer Hutton, who can I call on to work with you in your journey? So the divine healer is Archangel Raphael. That is the divine healer. So if you resonate with Archangel Raphael, for that matter, now you may want to go in a certain lane of healing. So you might call on is it Haniel? That's the divine healer of families and relationships. You might call on Camuel, the divine benefactor of unconditional love. You may do your healing practice through the transference or the teaching of or the facilitating of unconditional love. It just really depends. But if you want to just go straight up healing, Jennifer Hutton, that's Raphael. That's Raphael all day. Now, marrying that. Jennifer Hutton, do you have a thing for pigs? Jennifer Hutton, if you're still here, Lordy B, I hope you're still here. I'm going to scroll way, way down in the chat. I got to see. Ooh, Jennifer, I hope you're still here. Jennifer Hutton, do you have a thing for pigs? All of a sudden, I asked which animal. Hey, good morning, Adriana. I asked which animal to work with. They do exist, Margie. And that's why they call it being psychic. And that's why they call it animal communication. Okay. Y'all, call this kookiness what it is. But when I asked which it doesn't matter which angel that Jennifer decides she wants to work with on her healing journey, right? To be a healer. I mean, you already are a healer, but you mean to be a professional healer. So on her way of professional healing, right? Okay. I asked the animal allies, I was like, okay, who wants to work with Jennifer through her journey that will also be happy to work with. It didn't hit me till just now. I'm dumb. Y'all, sometimes I'm a little slow on the uptake. But I asked which animal wants to work with her with the angels on the journey, and I saw. Swanee means I swear in Southern speak. A pig with angel wings on it, like that old When Pigs Fly, but it shook its head no. It was like, no, really, I'm an angel pig. And I was like, do you have a thing for pigs? And she's like, yes, I do. If you would care to share just a little bit, Jennifer, of how you have a thing for pigs, that would be really awesome to know. But they're the spirit animal they're the spirit animal that wants to work with you on your journey to being a professional healer. Okay, and y'all, I am going to I'm gonna eat a mint, and I'm sorry, you're probably gonna hear me crunching the mint and whatever, but I got weird throat stuff going on this morning. Welcome, Akasha Aztec, the Invisible Shepherdess. That's a fascinating name. Akasha. I'm gonna assume that has something to do with the Akashic Records, which is another thing that's been coming up for people a lot. I love that you call Archangel Michael Archangel Mickey, Celestial Druid. That cracks me up. Yeah, Akashic Records. That's some fascinating stuff right there. In case anybody has a Sonic in their neighborhood, if y'all's Sonic makes iced tea like our Sonic does, I've had moonshine that was not as strong, nearly as strong as that iced tea. It has lightened me up. Okay. Oh, girl. Hey, Natalia. I love that name. All right, let me get back to the questions. All right, let me scroll up. Oh, see? Gail already works with ravens. Who knew? Oh, wait. The animal allies did. Okay. I'm trying to find a question. I can't find a question. Yikes. Holy cow. Y'all, I'm trying to find a question. I'm not wasting time. Oh, you're welcome, Dana. Yay! Here's the thing, Dana. You already have a business. You didn't have to start it. You know why you already have a business? Because you are your business and you already have a connection with the spiritual, with the divine. You know, it's like I told somebody the other day. They're like, oh, I just hope one day I can have the confidence you can have. And I'm like, listen, I'm not all that confident a person. Meaning, well, that's not true. It is true, but it's not true. Let me explain what I mean. For those of you out there that are like, oh, my confidence. Hey, Rika. Excellent. Yes, I'm going to answer your question in 2 seconds. I am feeling much better, thank you. And yes, there is information on that. Injection issue. I don't know what that means. Injection issue, but I'll still give you a message for it. So, I if I just believed that it was just me rolling around in this big old mud ball that we live on, I don't think I'd be all that confident, because this place is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But I trust a zillion percent in the universe, in angels, in guides, in spirit animals, in my ancestors. And in that, I trust myself, because I am part of everything and everything is part of me. I trusted so much, y'all. I gambled my life on it in 2019, 2020. I'm trying to put it out of my mind, but not really. I literally, it was a life and death situation, because I was dying. and nobody knew. And a medical professional said, it's just garden variety dehydration. We'll give her some fluids. She'll be fine. Not true. My system was shutting down. I'd have been dead in an hour. And because of my spirit animal that had been with me the entire journey through this whole thing that was going on medically, I saw it. It took over. It took over that person standing in front of me, meaning the person faded away. And the black stallion showed up, and I said, load me in the bus. Load me in the, get me to the hospital. Take me, put me in an ambulance. And I watched this guy roll his eyes like, ugh. I was like, hey, don't roll your eyes at me. I got insurance. Take me to the hospital. You're getting paid no matter what. Take me to the dang hospital. I really did say that. So, if you've bet your life on something, now I don't recommend that for everybody. I'm not telling you to bet your life on it. But once you've done that, your trust goes to a completely different level. So let me just say, you already are your business, Dana, and all of you all here that want to do your business of any kind. Whether it's your job that you're like, whatever, but you could be a stay-at-home person for whatever reason. You could be independently wealthy. You could be a stay-at-home mom. You could be on disability. You could be, you could be all kinds of things. But you already are whatever it is that you think you want to be. You already are it. You just have to step into it. Okay. All right. So back to, okay, Rita, I'm going to get to you. And then Tracy Liberty, I hope you're still here. Okay. I don't know what you mean about injection issue for your business in Connecticut. It's a specific question, though, so I'm going to ask it. Okay, we've got two cards that have come out this way. See, what's interesting to me about this is when I take a look at hummingbird coming out for you, and you're talking about injection, I'm very drawn to the beak. Could be a lot of people associate sword with the beak for a hummingbird, just in kind of traditional, spirit animal meanings, that kind of thing. And it's the Four of Wands, which is celebration and homecoming. And then you've got the Firefly, which is the Six of Wands. And so it's two wands cards. I would tell you, Rika, to really sit with the, Suit of Wands, just its overall meaning. And then really know that whatever is going to happen, it's almost like you don't even have to do anything. You just kind of sit back through the process. Whatever this injection thing is, I don't know even what that means. When I hear injection in a business, I always think of it as an injection or an infusion of capital, because in the finance world, that's what it's called. So I don't know if maybe you mean that, but at the end of the day, you're going to be able to shine your light really brightly. And the only other thing that I'm hearing, which is going to sound like just plain old business advice, but it's not. I keep being drawn to the beak on the hummingbird, and I'm being told to tell you, be very careful what you sign and when you sign it. Be very careful what you sign, meaning it won't be, something is amiss in a contract or an agreement, not through any like avarice of the other party. It got overlooked. So you've got to do it's almost like you have to write your own ticket. You have to write your own ticket. You have to write your own contract or agreement. And I hope that's helpful. Okay. Y'all, sorry, my phone is blowing up. I see my sister's name. I only ever take a break from anybody. Oh, okay. All right. No emergencies. I hope that's helpful. Okay, Tracy Liberty. Tracy, I can tell you what's causing that. Why, yes, I can. And again, I want to say I'm not a medical professional of any kind. I'm not diagnosing you. I'm not dispensing medical advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. That said, every single solitary, truly tapped in light worker, energy mover, healer, reader, whatever name you want to give it, the sensitivity of everything within their spidey senses, hence in their bodies, is going to epic proportions. Epic! And the only way that I've found that they're handling it for themselves and how I'm doing it for myself, I've been saying for months, I got to get off the sugar. And so I would do it for a few days and then be like, oh my God, I need some ice cream. And then I would do it for some days and I'd be like, I got a headache, I need a Coca-Cola, you know, that kind of thing. So it really was a shift in mindset. Here's how I'm overcoming the sugar. If I'm not healthy, I'm not around to help animals. So how I'm seeing it is every bit of sugar I put in my body, because that tea is without sugar. The last few days are the first time I've ever had tea without sugar. Now, I've never been a sweet tea person. Like the sweet tea in the South, it's really just a simple syrup. It's not even iced tea. I've never liked that. But I usually put a teaspoon or something, you know, raw sugar or something, honey, agave, something. Mm-mm. And what I've been telling myself is, for every sugar that I eat, I won't be around to help an animal. Man, that turned me around. Poof, poof. So that's what's happening to everyone I know that is, and I know you, Tracy. I mean, well, I don't know you, but we've worked together before, and you're no joke. You are a no joke tapped in psychic, no joke. So I absolutely know that I know that I know that over this, you don't even, and we don't even realize that our sensitivity is ramping up. Some of us are doing it consciously and some of us aren't. I'm not doing it consciously. Like, I need to be more sensitive. I'll fall apart. But yeah, I hope that's helpful. And so Queen of Swordies, welcome. You're on Twitch. What you can't see is the stream that is for some reason won't show up on Twitch. And there's a whole bunch of people from Facebook and YouTube, but if you put your question in, I'll see it in Twitch, and I will just ask your question, and I'll get to you. Okay. All right. So, Lily, I don't know what you're talking about, but okay. All right. I hope that was helpful. All right. Let me move on. Christina, I don't know what you shared, but I am glad. I'm really happy you felt comfortable here. You guys, you Wild Pack are an exceptional group of human beings. Exceptional. Buenos dias. Nanri, do not come in here to start something. You better not be in starting something. You better not be in something. Ooh, I love it. Alchemy Tarot cards. That sounds like a great deck. Oh, well, there you go. There you go, Pearl. Ooh, starseed cards. Y'all, I am, yeah, Lisa, they're an amazing group. Helping Parents Heal, amazing group. Kara, just ask a question. That's how we're doing readings today. Oh, Lordy Gale, I've forgotten which angel it was. I don't, oh goodness, I don't know. Google will fix it for you. Jason Bear, if you're still here, getting vivid images of panda is really, really interesting to me. I go on and on and on and on and on and on and on about the symbolism of panda. Hey y'all, so just see, ooh, Beverly. I had a dream I was being pulled out of bed with a bright white light zooming around the room. I was so frightened in my dream I couldn't move. So Beverly Gomez Adams, here's what I know that means. Here's what I know it means. I'm sorry you were frightened, but through my literally decades of doing this and readings and whatnot, and over 65,000 readings, actually more approaching 70,000 readings at this point, I will tell you that when folks have a dream like that, they're being called to step even more deeply into metaphysics and the working with of metaphysics in their life, and maybe working with metaphysics, light energy, there are a million names for it, in other people's lives as well. I don't know that you would ever become a reader, not because you couldn't and not because maybe you didn't want to. You have another person in your life that would probably look at you like you'd grown a third eye, which you actually have. Your third eye chakra is there, but maybe a second head or something, and I don't know how well that would go. Only you could determine that. But I hope that you are not afraid when a white light is zooming around you, because white light never ever ever shows up unless it is like amazing stuff. Just amazing stuff. So there you have it. Okay. Oh, Mickey, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind. Hey, Mickey. Hey, Mickey. That's awesome. Amy Lamoureux. There's no topic. Oh, angels, but there's no topic. Oh, thanks, Amy. No, I made your. Amy, you're my early handyman warning system. Y'all, yesterday and for the past week, Jeremy the handyman, like I told him yesterday, I said, you're like that painter on the show Murphy Brown. He came to paint one wall, and 8 years later on the show, he was still there painting things. I'm like, you're like that guy. He started laughing. Apparently, Jeremy the handyman watched Murphy Brown. But he started giggling. He knew what I meant. He came to do one thing. He's been here a year later. But God love him. Not only he found rot hidden behind a fascia. It's a long story. The people that I bought the house from, their handyman did some bobo stuff, and I was like, oh my God, that could have caused. He was like, right. So he's been ripping stuff down. Anyway, for a week, 2 weeks, it's been wham, wham, zzz, whip. Anyway, I told him I was doing a live today till 10:30, and zip it. So he's out caulking. You're not late. Gods, goddesses, magicians, wizards, witches, magical workers, we're always there on time. Okay, Jennifer Hutton, that's about hilarious. So I asked Jennifer to put, if she didn't mind, what her connection to pigs is, at least something about it, and she wrote, I'm from Southwest Virginia, grew up on a farm, and literally would roll around in the mud with the pigs. I love you, Jennifer. And my mama would yell, when pigs fly, when I come in the house. I snort and laugh like a pig too. I love it. The shot issue. Oh, Rika, that's what you mean. Well, the message is still the same. The message is still the same. You know, I really am going to be forced. Well, nothing really forces me. It tries. God knows it tries. Never goes well for whatever tries to force me. Y'all, I may have to address some things on this channel. Ooh, I don't want to. But if you knew the people that have written me, called me, texted me, whatever me, Facebook, Lordy, Instagram, Lordy, all freaked out about the vax. Let me just say that word, the VAX, that word that shall not be mentioned. I do not want to have a discussion about it on my channel. I do not. That'll get you banned. No joke. So don't do it and say, I know you don't want to talk about this, but ban, permanent ban. I'm not kidding. I'm not bringing that rigmarole, but I've just had so many people ask me about it, and this animal allies are like, no, no, no. And like with COVID, when the COVID spirit animal showed up at the start of COVID, they'll let me know when the time is right and how to approach it. I know, Jules, is Jeremy an angel or a handyman? I'm going to tell you something. He's an angel. He took my car up to Home Depot the other day so that he didn't have to unhook his truck from his trailer, which is a big rigmarole. I was like, just take my car. And I was like, an hour and a half later, I was like, where is Jeremy? What is he doing? All he had, Home Depot is a mile and a half from my house, y'all. A mile and a half. So he comes back, Miss Bernadette, yes. Did you wreck my car? No. He said, I noticed that because it was raining like cats and dogs and HE double hockey sticks that day. He goes, your windshield wipers were dangerous for you. You shouldn't be driving with those. They were broken. They were a mess. So I took your car to AutoZone and I replaced your windshield wipers. My ex-husband didn't do that for me. Anyway, so there you have it. He is an angel. All right, hold on. Okay. That's right. Family is not just blood. That is a fact. All right, I'm trying to find questions. Celestial Druid, how do the animals feel about me? I didn't have to pull a card. Unless you're a big jerk, they love you. All right, and your name is Celestial Druid. I hardly believe you're a big jerk. Celestial Druid, I have a message for you, a psychic message from the animals, all of the animals. You have got to stop. You have got to stop shutting down when people give you a compliment. When people pay you a compliment or they recognize and they recognize something that you've done well, even if it's just who you are or something that you've done well or accomplished, you just go into shutdown when someone hands you a compliment. Stop doing that. Or you don't believe them when they give you a compliment. You've got to stop doing that. That's not going well for you at all. And the animals are not saying become an egotistical, person. It's just, that is impeding you from having some really genuine relationships. And it's impeding you from moving forward in your career or business or practice or whatever in some way. It is time for you to believe people, the right people, when they give you positive feedback. I hope that makes sense, Celestial Druid. There's your message of the day. And yes, the animals love you. Yes, the animals love you. Yes, the animals love you. The universe tells me so. Mindy, what spirit animals do I need to guide me through my transition? I love you, Mindy, but I just answered that for you yesterday. Read the tiny print, even if it says free. Y'all, okay, I'm going to ask a question. I got to know the answers to this. So, do we have time? Yeah. I really want everyone's opinion on this. Honest to goodness. Wait, specific enough. Oh, no. It's okay, Rika. You didn't have to be specific. I mean, the point is that you asked a question, and even though I didn't know what injection meant, the universe did, the animals do, and I'm telling you, Rika, think about it. Oh my God, Rika, think about it. What's the card that came to you? The hummingbird. What? You're talking about injection with that long old beak? Come on now. You got to see the correlation to that. You have got to see the correlation to that. And wands, 2 wand cards, and we're talking about injections. Come on, Rika. You got to see that. Okay, so here's my opinion. Oh no, Deanna, Chica, I'm sorry. So Deanna, I love you and I want to answer your question, but that's a yes or no question. And here's how I would answer your question. Is she leaving? Yes. Every one of us is leaving at some point. What you're really asking me is when. I can't tell you that. Well, not true. I won't tell you that. I don't tell those things to people, y'all. I just don't answer those questions because people think they want to know, but they don't. And then what if I'm wrong? What if I got the information wrong and they perseverate on it? What if that wrong information causes a person to live in that anxiety of every day that gets closer, every day that gets closer? Okay. Jason Bear, of course you're oh my God. Custard creams? Dude. I never met a custard. I never met an ice cream. I never met a gelato I didn't like. Even if it's that crappy stuff from the 7-Eleven, those ice cream sandwiches, they're not real ice cream. They're air in some kind of ice cream like product. It ain't that. Of course your name is Jason Bear. Of course you have a sweet tooth. Okay, you do almost anything to help animals. Chantal, I know what you mean. I once dove under a moving truck in the middle of a busy intersection in Ocala, Florida, because I watched a tiny kitten dart under this truck. I will never know where this kitten came from, what the hell it was doing in the middle of traffic in a city in Ocala, and I'm waving my arms, running. I had a big old truck that I put my truck in park, flipped on my hazards. I bailed out of my truck. It was when I was much younger and could move faster. And I'm waving my arms like a crazy person. I hear skeet, 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 and to the other truck driver in front of me, I'm like, stop! And I'm running. Ah! This poor old gal froze. She's rolling. She's like, what's wrong? I said, just stop. Just don't move. And I dove under her truck and snatched me up by its back, snatched me up this kitten, and gave it to a friend. It was an all-black cat who ended up calling it Barney for some silly reason. I don't remember why. I called it a Fortunato because I think it was fortunate that it didn't get creamed in there. But okay. Bio is no joke. I'm almost a master in it. I don't know what that means. Hey, Stephine Tipton. All right, so there you go. Oh, but I am going to ask you guys. I'm going to ask your opinion about something. So I got drama going on with my Kickstarter. It's not really drama to anybody, probably, but for me, most everybody's been really nice about it. I am caught up in shipping hell. It is $11,000. Well, it was 2 weeks ago. It was $11,000 extra dollars for shipping that I hadn't budgeted for, right? And I'm never, ever going to ask my Kickstarter people, although so many people have offered to kick in, and I love them for that. I just can't bring myself to do it. Now, other Kickstarter people, they have canceled their Kickstarter, refunded the money because they can't take that hit, and they can't even get in the queue to get their products done until the end of next year. And some Kickstarter people have said, they've sent out to the people that back them, I'm very happy to do this, but because of shipping, I hope you understand, I'm going to have to ask people to kick in more. I'm not going to do that. I'm just not. And I'm not going to not fulfill it. I'm just not. Call me stubborn, call me a bad business person, whatever. And it's not even my fault. And then a week and a half ago, shipping prices went up another 650%. 650%. Look it up in the news. And that's because it's the holidays. Okay? So anyway, I can't do that. Okay, another 650%. That's foolishness. And I do want to fulfill this book, and I will fulfill this book. So I thought, well, I'll do 6 free classes, or 4. I think I put 4 free classes, and try to make up for something that's not even my fault. And not a lot of people showed up. I love the people that showed up for the first class, but out of hundreds of people that backed the Kickstarter, 5 people showed up. And while I appreciate that, at some point I gotta be true to myself and be like, okay, and true to the Kickstarter people, clearly that's not what you all wanted. So I'm just so a nasty gram got posted about how this person is so disappointed that I'm canceling the classes because I didn't give them enough time to work it into their schedules to begin with, and they would have appreciated more than a 5-day notice for canceling the classes. And I'm like, what? But I want to see things from this person's point. I really do, because when I've found some of my best business practices, ways of making my business and myself a better business person, better reader, stronger, whatever, comes from when people whine and cry about things. Um, I and there's a difference between feedback that stings a little and whining, right? um, how can I take a look at that and see the truth in it and go, oh, I never thought of that. Let me try to do better. I'm trying to wrap my head around this one. I just can't, I can't see it. So what's your opinion about that, you all? Should I have given more notice? Should I have not canceled those classes? I'd love to know your opinion. And please, I want to know your real, oh my Lord, I didn't know all that was down here. Holy cow, y'all, with the chat. So, I thank you, Beverly. So did I do the wrong thing by canceling the free classes? I want to know, because if I did, maybe I'm just not seeing it. And I know every single person. Ooh, Christina, I'm so sorry. Okay, Christina, I'm going to answer your question. Give me just a second. It's too late, Cheryl. It's too late. I can't do that. It's too late. And but thank you for I didn't see that advice on Kickstarter, but I will look at that advice. I didn't even know that people got printed in Mexico at all. At all. I didn't know that. So yeah, I'd like to know what your advice is. Should I reinstate the classes? Which I would not do over one person, bringing the thunder, but I had to take a look at that. I'm like, what? Lily, I don't know what you're talking about, but there's got to be a story there. I would pick asparagus for the wife off the side of the road, but not save a kitten. Some people. Okay. Geez, Christina, I'm really sorry. All right, so, is your baby one of the angels who is with you? Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. People that are angel people, angel readers, to the best of my knowledge, based on the ones that I've seen work so far, don't believe that humans can be angels. They believe that angels are a separate race, if you will. Never been human, sent from God, divine beings, completely above humans and separate from humans. I don't know that I believe that. I don't know that I believe that. I believe in angels. And I mean, I believe in angels. But I believe we probably have been animals in other lives. I believe we'll be animals in future lives. I think we're all divine. We are all part of the divine spark. I don't really use the G word. That's not a word I use, because the connotation of that, not so much. Not for Mama Bear. But I don't know that your baby is not an angel with you. But what I can tell you is this. So interesting, you mentioned dolphin, and whale has come inverted. Now, sorry, Okay, I don't know why I'm compelled, Christina De La Torre, I don't know why I'm compelled to do this to the card. The whale card is the judgment card in the Arc Tarot. And here's what I'm picking up. Christina, are you harboring some guilt? You think it was your fault, a choice that you made or something that caused the miscarriage? A choice that you made. Hold on, I'm gonna a choice that you made. Let me know, and I'm gonna stop doing this because I'm starting to drift off into trance land. To do I'm starting to Christina De La Torre. I'm starting to drift off into trance land because of course, anytime somebody tells me a story like that, I want to get mediumship messages. I can't do that right now. We'll be here for the rest of the day with doing that, and I can't do that. But I'm just feeling like you are harboring guilt, judgment for yourself, that a choice you made or a series of choices caused the miscarriage. Not at all. Not at all. And not at all. Ah, the guilt is killing you. Okay. So here's what I'm going to tell you. Whatever you have to do to shed yourself of that guilt, I'm telling you straight up, you mentioned dolphin, whale shows up. Come on now. I know you see the connection. And whale is inverted, and they tell me, well, whale, I'm talking to whale right now, about, it's the judgment card, and they're like, they tell me, I don't know what you got to do. If you, what, I don't care what you have to do. Meaning, I care about you. I'm saying it should be a top priority for you to start doing whatever you need to do to get rid of the guilt. Because honest to goodness, it wasn't one choice that you made. It had nothing to do with that. Nikki Anderson, I just saw your post. If it means what I think it means, girl, we're all always here for you. Gee, I hope so. What? Anyway, your little one is your dolphin, and I'm telling you now, let him him. Ooh, I'm hearing her swim with whale, and in a way that will be, he'll still be swimming with his mom. Whales and dolphins are different species. I totally get that, but it's the visual of the really big whale and the dolphin mom baby. It's the visual of that I'm seeing. So I would tell you, Christina, I would really encourage you to work with whale energy. Truly, I would. Okay. Hey guys, thanks for all of the opinions. I really do appreciate it, because I really am thinking, I'm just not really sure what I want to do. I mean, I am sure, which is why I canceled them, but hold on. But literally 3 people. I mean, I've gotten so many supported, people are like, "Oh my god, it was so nice of you to offer. I'm sorry I couldn't make it. It's this, it's that." I get that. And literally 3 people have complained, but there you have. Yeah, it was a boy. You had a feeling it was a boy. Yeah, I have that feeling too, Christina. Okay. Somebody said, "Oh, she skipped my question or didn't see your question." I probably didn't see it. I never want to skip anybody. Selene, Selene. I don't want to kill your question. I don't want to kill your name, and I don't have any way to. It's silly. I don't have any way to search this chat for your name. So Celine, if you're still here and you want to, oh yeah, yeah, thanks Teapot. Um, oof, Nikki, dang. Celine, if you're still here and you want to ask your questions again, all your tattoos are mother and baby dolphins. There you go. There you go. Aw, thanks, Don. Don, you're always saying you don't know what direction to go in life. Maybe you should open up a marketing firm. I'd hire you. Yes, I do think the judgment. I don't have numbers on my cards, but I do believe that, if I'm not mistaken, the judgment card is number 20. Oh my gosh. And that would work out into 2, which is what she's talking about from in traditional numerology. It would be 2 plus 0, which is 2. Holy cow. Wow. Well, Don, I think you'd be great at it. I'll be your huckleberry. You can test it out on me. Don. Here's your card for the day, Don. The Hermit, the Snow Leopard. You're very welcome, Christina. Honey, if there were some choices you'd made that perpetuated the situation, the animal allies and the angels would have told me, and so and the message would have been different. But honest to goodness, I was shown you had nothing to do. I mean, you and the baby and everything chose to walk that journey together. That's my opinion. A sacred contract. I can't prove it. That does not make it any the less painful or any the less traumatizing. But and I said Huckleberry, and you wanted to name the baby Finn. That's how it works. My ears ring all the time, Anthony. Lynn Huffman. Okay, sure. I don't know what you mean though. So Lynn, I don't recognize your name. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you haven't been here before, welcome. So I always ask folks to ask specific questions so that I can direct the energy, but finding your path career-wise, I'm just going to pull a card. You're supposed to know what it means. Hold on, let me hold these cards up again. So nobody writes me and accuses me of stacking the deck to make myself look good as a psychic. For those of you that want a YouTube channel and want to follow it, people that like a tribe, think twice about it. 98% of people are awesome, but the ones that lose their minds, they make up for the other 98%. Okay, hold on. Oh, that's true. Okay. All right, so this is for the gal that wants Roadrunner. Okay. I'm not laughing at you, Lynn, about your tribe. It's not about that. But when Roadrunner comes, Roadrunners, when they, at the bottom of their feet, when they run, you can always tell in the desert where a Roadrunner's been because their little feet stamp the dirt with a perfect X. So I always say X marks the spot. But in my deck, Roadrunner is the Knight of Wands. And everything with Roadrunner and Knights moves very quickly. But the thing that I want to say about that's coming to me psychically about why Roadrunner will help you and X marking the spot, because you're like, I would be like, well, okay, duh. Okay, X can mark the spot, but what spot? Like, that's what I'm asking you, crazy psychic lady, is what spot? Why I'm laughing is because what I'm being shown is you're going to see a literal X or the Roman numeral 10 or the number 10. Something is going to be, again, you don't know, but I equate this card with that scene in one of the Raiders of the Lost Arks, I can't remember, where they're in a library and they're, Harrison is unraveling the great mystery, and he's like, and they run up these stairs, and he looks over this balcony, and sure enough, there it is, a big old Roman numeral 10, which is the X. And he does that thing, with his lips where he kind of snarls, handsome, and he's like, X marks the spot. That's what this card always reminds me of, but it's almost never, ever literal, like maybe 2 or 3 times, maybe, that this Roadrunner, the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Swords, oh my god, I don't even know my own deck. The Knight of Swords has, that it's literal, but for you, Lynn, I really am thinking it's literal. Meaning that's what I'm being shown. So you're either going to see a big Roman numeral X that's going to lead you down the path. Lynn, do you have a great love of books or gathering information? Books and gathering information, maybe even libraries, but really it's much less about library. If you're still here, Lynn, it's much less about libraries than it is books and getting information. I'm just really deep into these books. I'm like looking through all these books and all this information. Anyway, if you're still here, Lynn, I hope that's helpful. Nikki, X in runes. I did that, Jason or Jocelyn. I totally did that. Believe me. I asked the animal allies. Might be the only reason I do. Okay. Okay, Nikki says X in runes means a kiss from your guides and resembles the number 7 in runes. That's really good to know. Okay. All right. Tart toter. I don't know what that means. Thank you, Christina. That's really kind of you. Thank you. Dang, woo-ology. Dang. Okay, Cheryl. I see your question. Yes, thank you very much. Your mind, body, and spirit are in complete conflict. So Cheryl, I want to be sure I'm hearing things the right way. Just want to be sure, so I'm gonna pull a card. Hey, Cheryl Ryder. I don't know who you're thanking, but if Cheryl Ryder's saying thank you, that's awesome. Meaning somebody did something awesome for Cheryl Ryder, which is doing awesome for Mama Bear. Because Mama Bear loves her some Cheryl Ryder. I love everybody. Celestial Druid, that's a yes or no question. I love you, but I don't answer yes or no questions. Especially something like that. You totally can if you want to. You don't need me to tell you that. You don't need a psychic to tell you that. Okay, so Cheryl, I'm like, why is Gorilla? Why is the 7 of Wands? Okay, let me just tell you what's coming to me. First of all, I glanced over at the list of archangels, and Archangel Uriel lit up, and the letters got huge on the page, and that is the divine pillar of solitary strength. Oh, duh. Dirt. Oh, sorry, Kelly. Kelly B, type your question in again. I just haven't seen it. You guys, this chat's moving so fast. I'm trying to get to everybody, but um. So Cheryl, here's the thing. Now it makes sense why Uriel would jump out. Solitary strength. Okay, so solitary means one, and the suggestion about which you should follow. I went ahead and pulled a card, but the original message is you don't follow one. What you do is ferret out the one where you'll be able to mind, body, and spirit be in a place of knowing and confidence, all three in alignment before you move forward with anything. Because if you choose one over the other, it's just, I just see things like falling apart. It's almost like, well, it's exactly like, you know how you can pick up like old magazines or paper or old material, like super old, and it just disintegrates in front of you? That's what's going to happen if you just choose one over the other. But if you either infuse them all, because what I'm also hearing is there's no reason you have to choose one to the other. You can do them all in some form or fashion, and here we go. Here's Gorilla upside down, and this card, when it is inverted, is about self-sabotage. And so when it's turned upright, this card is about courage and valor. And that's really what's going on here. Is you're trying you're trying to you're trying to choose the path, not that will cause you the least amount of work, but will cause you the least amount of potential for emotional hurt. That's exactly how I'm hearing it. And you don't have to have any emotional hurt. You really can do everything together. Um, yeah, that's it. And I would say work with gorilla energy and seven of wands to turn that around so that you don't self-sabotage. Okay. Um, Selin. I'm sorry, Selin. This chat's moving so fast. Okay. What is your ideal job if you used your true potential? If all of us used our true potential, we wouldn't have to have jobs. No joke. We'd just be magical energy floating around in the universe. See you, Tracy Ann. Oh, shoot. Kelly. Ooh, I'm sorry. I really did see that. All right. Let me answer Selin's question, and then I'm going to answer Kelly B's, and then... Oh, gosh. I'm way over time, y'all. Hold on. Let me answer these two questions. All right, Selin, I'm going to pull... You're welcome, Cheryl. You cannot make this up. Selin, the energy you're working with is the stag, which is the Hierophant in my deck, which means big business. So whatever business that you can go into, Selin, whether you own your own business or you move up in the company, it's going to have to be big, and you're going to have to be kind of a big shot, or you'll never be happy. And it, meaning a person in charge, a person that calls the shots, a person, you really like responsibility. You really like responsibility. And so anything that you go into, but I wonder for you if it isn't about having your own retail store in some way, like maybe not a retail store, but almost like don't know. When I take a look at what you should be doing, it's almost like a service where you diagnose and then plan a like you put together a schematic for people in some way, like a plan for them, and then they do your plan and they're better in some way. I'm not really sure what that means, but yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm running over time today, you guys. Sorry. Um, but I am going to wrap this up here in a second. Okay, I hope that's helpful. Really, I hope that's helpful. But again, Selin, whatever it is, you just have to know right now you're not going to be happy until it's big. Whatever that means for you, but big. It's no joke. The Hierophant card is no joke. It means big business and traditions in big business. Okay, Kelly, is there an angel far from family and friends? The family I built for so many years is no longer truly trustworthy, and I'm not in a position to leave. Yes, Metatron. And here's what I mean by that. So, Kelly, Metatron. That is the great instigator of powerful change. And change is hard. You don't have to physically leave to leave, but you do have to draw boundaries. And okay, so I asked Metatron to show me the vision. So Metatron guards the tree of life, right? And what I really just saw was you actually being Metatron and your kid or kids being actually the tree of life. And so if you shift your perspective to, well, I don't have to physically leave to actually leave these quote unquote relationships. And your energy then becomes that of Metatron, the great protector, which moms are. But some moms can do it, can be protectors in a more boundary drawing way, and some, their own insecurities or fears get the best of them, and they maybe don't protect in the best way that they could. So I would say that. But the other thing that I would say is I do feel like, when somebody tells me they're not in a position to leave, that can mean a lot of things. But I hope this is okay that it's told on, just out there for everybody. I do feel like money is an issue. It's almost like you don't really have a job or earn your own money, or there's something that would be in question of you having your own money to be able to leave. That's got to stop, period. And it can, and if you'll pivot to think about being more independent and going ahead and being more independent financially, it's going to happen sooner than you think, truly sooner than you think. But I just keep hearing boundaries, boundaries, boundaries. And I feel like a couple of people in question will balk. They'll balk at you for a bit, and then they'll simmer down. But it's like, we're done here. We're done with that. I had to put a stop to something the other day, and I said, here's the story. It has to stop. What's your choice? Person squirmed. Okay. Right. Okay. Because in the situation, I was not being treated fairly, and I'd had enough. I didn't mind when it went on for a while, whatever. It was small potatoes for a while, and then when it kept going on and on and on, it wasn't small potatoes anymore. I'd had enough. When I'd had enough, I let them know. And boy, I watched this person rock back and forth on their heels. Ooh, should I? Shouldn't I? And I just stood there in quiet and let them make their decision, and they decided not, and we got along, and we're doing business again. So it's really like that. All right, I'm going to pull a final card for everybody. Lynn, yes, books. Okay, Lynn Huffman, I hope that was helpful. Okay, turn the card around. What is this card? Hyena, Ten of Swords, inverted. Y'all, whatever's going on in your life, whatever backstabs you're getting, because that is this card, plain straight up. Don't let people put you in that position. Or if you have been stabbed in the back, you're legally bound here unless you want to leave your children. That's just a matter of money, Kelly. That's just a matter of money. There's something about money and you being more independent with finance that could help that situation. I don't know the circumstances under which all that came about. I know you're not going to leave your kids. I know you're not going to do that. But, and that's not being suggested, but there you go. Okay, so there we go. You do have your own money? Hold on, y'all. Nope. So Kelly, I see what you wrote. Let me tell you how it happens for me. When I do things psychically, when I give someone a message and they're like, nope, if it really is not for them, the vision, the smell, the taste, the words, the whatever, it will go away. And air traffic control things do happen. I'll get a message for somebody, it really wasn't for them, it's for the person later that day or the next day. Happens all the time. But when the vision gets bigger or the words get bigger or whatever, I know that it is for them. So here are the words that I'm hearing over and over. It's called financial independence. Financial independence. And there's something about that would enable you to address what's going on differently, and the outcome would be different. I don't know what that means exactly, but just keep tucked in the back of your head, financial independence. Okay, so here's the story, you guys. Okay. Whatever swords, whatever backstabs that you've been dealt throughout your life, it's time to let them go. It's just time to heal them, to let them go, to know that even when you got stabbed in the back, you were down, but you weren't dead. Anytime I see that card, I'm always like, yeah, I see those swords all the way down that person's chakra points in their back. But as that person is laying on the ground and you think, uh-oh, it's lights out, look at that person's hand. They're making the sign of the benediction when their arm is curled up behind them. And that means that the universe is always open. It is always going to be there for you. You may be down, but you ain't out. And there we go. I hope that's helpful. I love you guys so much. Thank you for hanging out today. Again, many thanks to Teapot and Amy. Thank you all for staying later than normal. I really, really appreciate it. And what do? We do good for animals, including ourselves, and we stay wild. See you guys on Friday.